Welcome to Saboteur to Stage Power with Lily Love Tran podcast for high performers, CEO, and real estate investors who are ready to break free from self sabotage and turn mental roadblock into stepping stone for success. So if you're ready to stop self sabotage and level up together with Sage Power, let's dive in.
I want to introduce to you Yvette, and she's also a brain coach, and you're gonna learn a lot from her.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Lily. Appreciate that. Yes, I am an integrative brain coach. And what I do is I work with a lot of executive women who appear to be, um, ha- they appear to have it all together on the outside, but they're really suffering on the inside because they're either dealing with some kind of family toxicity or they're in a toxic relationship that has really affected their identity and their self-worth and self-esteem. And so what I do is I come in and I help them to reclaim their agency and heal from all of those traumas so they can now live from purpose instead of pain.
I love it. You resonate with her, you contact her, okay? So tell me, what motivate you every day in business or life?
What motivates me, boy, that was difficult to get out, wasn't it? It's really helping seeing the women transform and just to be able to see the impact that I'm making in their lives, that seeing them shift from saboteur to CEO, because when you're the CEO, right, when you're the executive, you're the CEO of your life. And so watching them to see that shift and living from their true authentic selves, it just brings so much joy in my life.
Yeah, transforming someone else's life. That's a great
Mhm.
motivation. We're gonna go deep dive into your top saboteurs, your negative pattern that you notice in yourself, and tell us a really detailed story of like when and who involved and how is this pattern affect you in your career, relationship, or well-being.
Absolutely. So my top two saboteurs that seem to team up really well with each other is hyper rational and avoider. So yes, we can have saboteurs that team up to cause us to be paralyzed instead of moving the needle. So for me, when that happens, I can easily avoid a task of any kind, and my hyper rationale will come in and rationalize that situation to death, whether it's I'm talking myself out of doing something or I'm talking myself into doing something specific that may not necessarily be a good move for me.
Do you have a moment in time or specific situation that you can tell us?
I remember when I was invited to do a roundtable talk with some scholarly uh, behavioral and applied neuroscientists. And I thought, who am I? Who am I to be, you know, a, a guest speaker at this roundtable? I'm not qualified. I shouldn't be doing this. I don't have enough experience. And mind you, I have well over, 6 years of experience coaching, but more than that, but consistently over the last 6 years. And I kept making excuse after excuse after excuse because that's what our hyper rational does, right? And so it got so bad, it literally took me down a rabbit hole. And I called my friend Jaime and left him a message because he didn't answer. And I said, Jaime, I think I'm going to cancel this talk. I don't feel like I should do it. I don't feel qualified. And I kept making every excuse. Lo and behold, he sends me a video recording walking through the airport because he had just gotten off the plane. And he said, Yvette, F no, you are doing this because you are so qualified and I believe in you. You have the confidence to do it and go get them. And that's all I needed to hear. Because once I heard that, it gave me agency to move forward, even if I didn't have all the answers. And for me, that was a huge awakening because I did. I went and I did the talk and they were blown away by my talk. They actually invited me to come back to speak again.
So the hyper rational is just find evidence, right? Say, oh, you are not qualified. You don't have
Yes.
a certificate. You don't have this and you don't have that. You did not add up to anything. All this negative self-talk and try to prove that you can't do it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And it will find every single excuse for you to prevent you from doing it. And it has a lot to do with our limiting beliefs, right? Our limiting beliefs, our identity. And sometimes we're living from a false identity. And so if those limiting beliefs are strong, like we can never, our limiting beliefs can never go away, as we know. We can weaken them to where we over empower them, um, or I should say overpower them. But anytime we level up to new experiences, they're going to come back with a vengeance. And if you are aware of that, then you can literally take the necessary steps that you need to make sure that you reduce the strength of those saboteurs. And a lot of that is just reframing the way you think.
That's a good tip. What moment or experience that make you want to change? And what was the hardest part when confronting the hyper rational?
For me, it was in 2019 when I went on a self discovery because I realized that there were opportunities that would come my way and I would make an excuse as to why I was not qualified to step into those shoes. And so I missed out on a lot of wonderful opportunities. And I finally said, I can't live like this. Like I love to serve. I have gifts and talents that are unique to me that were given to me, and I need to share it with the world. And so I literally went on a self discovery, and it was a very painful one because you have to confront yourself, and it's not always pretty. But I learned a lot about who I am in the process. So I recognized that, yes, I love to serve, I love to give. I'm a silly person. I make funny faces at myself in the mirror, but I also tell myself that I love myself every day because that's important. I literally went from someone who hated herself to now loves herself unconditionally. And that for me was a huge, huge monumental win in my life.
I love how you going through your discovery, self-discovery, like personal development, and trying to use your gift and give it to the world or helping people. I love that. So what
Thank
is
you.
the sage power that you use to overcome the self-saboteur, the hyper-rational?
For me, it's empathy. I've gone through so much trauma in my life all the way through 2016 and recognizing that a lot of the experiences and behaviors, I'm sorry, a lot of the behaviors that I have were not necessarily all my fault. And so for me, empathy is huge to remind myself it is okay if I make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time to learn from that mistake. So empathy is very huge because I did not experience that growing up.
Do you use multiple power or just empathy itself?
Oh no, I definitely use a lot of I actually use all of the powers, empathy, taking action, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Recognizing,
yeah,
the situation. I can't think of all the names at the
yeah.
moment.
How do you catch them and then before it fall back into the old pattern?
So hyperrationale is really sneaky. Remember I said that it'll make excuses as to why you should or shouldn't do something. And so it's really recognizing that. Like that is key. Becoming aware of your talk. That is huge. What is the limiting belief? Because they're all so automated, right? We don't even recognize how much negative self-talk we have because it's just become a part of our everyday life, just like eating, right? And so it's really becoming aware of, okay, what is my brain telling me to do or not to do? And also with that is if I become stagnant for more than one day. So if I'm not moving the needle, then I know, okay, you know what? What is my brain telling me
Mm-hmm.
that is, causing me to be, stagnant today?
I like how you recognize that if you're not moving the needle or if you're not like 1% improvement of that day or that week, you're
Mhm.
like, what is that the hyper rational showing up again? And you're not, you're avoiding and you just stay still and missing opportunity. I like that. Very good.
Thank you.
Another question is that how's your life improve since you are addressing this pattern?
You know, I I never thought that I would be doing the things that I am doing today had I not made the changes in my life, had I not gone through that, self-discovery journey and recognize how much the, hyper rationale has played a part in really keeping me small. I mean, today I'm working with some amazing, neuroscientists and elite people in collaborating on these amazing products that I can't share right now. But and I'm getting more speaking engagements, being invited to do more podcasts. More clients are referring me out. I had one success just from referrals alone. I had a very successful month recently where I made $15,000 just on referrals.
Wow, amazing. You're putting yourself out there, you're sharing your talents, you're transforming people, and I can see the glow in you. You are connecting like people
Yeah,
all over the world through that's why like even Zoom internet, you can like coach people everywhere, right? I'm so happy for your
thank
success.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I do have clients internationally, believe it or not. I
Hmm.
have clients in Morocco, I have clients in London, the Netherlands. And so that's the wonderful thing about Zoom, like you said, we can literally coach anyone from anywhere around the world.
Right? If you were playing small, letting the hyper rational stop you, you can't reach that massive global connection, right? So happy that you're
Thank
weak
you.
in that pattern.
Thank you. Well, I made it a point this year to have a motto, and my motto for this year, 2025, is to be seen and surrounded by greatness. So you can only imagine the battle in my brain, right? To be able, because I'm used to being behind closed doors, right? Behind the curtains, not wanting to be seen. And that was one of the things that, you know, uh, uh, definitely played a part, in my childhood.
Mm,
And so stepping into those shoes of allowing myself to be in front of the camera and sharing my world, and then I say that with humbleness, just sharing my gift to the world and making an impact, that has
mhm.
been huge for me.
That's a good tip. That was my next question was what is one tip that you want to leave to the listener?
I have my motto, but I also have a success journal. And a success journal is crucial in achieving your goals. Whatever goals that I have, and I set 90-day goals. So I have my 1 year plan, and in my 1 year plan, I chunk it into 90 days. And each 90 days, I set goals. I'm looking at those goals every day. I have specific affirmations that are attached to those goals. I'm also visualizing it, visualizing achieving those goals, and then I'm taking action. Doesn't matter if those action steps are small, I'm still inching and moving the needle. You
Mhm,
don't have to take massive action, but making little steps every day leads up to massive action at the end of the week, right? Having that success journal is going to support you on that journey, because even writing down those small wins, and what I do is I number it, I say the win, and then I date it, because then I get
mhm,
to remember when it happened.
mhm,
I
mhm,
don't just do that, I even take it to the next level. The next level is celebrating, right? I'm a badass, and I'll even write this. I'm a badass. I'm so grateful. Whatever phrase that I can attach to that specific event,
mhm,
I will say it. I will write it down.
mhm.
But also celebrating. So I will do my little jiggy jiggy dance. I will high five myself. Woo-hoo. I'll give
Uh-huh.
myself a fist bump, because what that does is that releases not only endorphins, but it's going to release dopamine
Mhm,
into the brain, which is going to signal your brain to say, "Ooh, I like this event. I like what you're doing. I want you to do it again." So your
mhm,
brain is going to give you permission to keep achieving that goal. It's not to say that you're not going to have some setbacks, because we do, right? We take some steps back in our business, and we take several steps forward. And when that happens, don't focus on the negativity. Just keep moving the needle. Forgive yourself, recognize what's happened. Forgiveness and self-love is key in your journey. If you don't forgive yourself for your mistakes, then guess what? You give power to the saboteur, and you allow that saboteur to grow. And that when that happens, it's going to prevent you from moving the needle. So
mhm.
self-forgiveness, self-love is key. Just keep focusing on what you're doing right and not what you're doing wrong.
I love it. I love your success journal that you're like, yeah, and like I did it. Like and then celebrate. That
Yes.
is such a good tip. She's like surrounding herself with greatness. Okay. So that's also a really good mantra as well. Oh, I love this. Finished this line. I am unstoppable when
Ooh, I like that. I am unstoppable when I lean into my power because I love myself.
oh, I love
We have
that.
power. Yes.
Yeah.
I am unstoppable when I lean into my power because I love myself. Because we all have the power to literally change our dynamics in our life. We have the power to change our environment. We
Mm,
have the power to change the people around us. We just don't understand the kind of power that we have. And until
mhm,
we
mhm.
do, that is when you can make some huge strides in your life.
Definitely ship into sage power and give that energy to everyone around you.
Mhm.
I love it. That's it
Yes.
today. We have so much good tip from Yvette. You gotta listen it again if you didn't write down all those nice good nugget, okay? And if you resonate with her, she's a brain coach. She transform CEO woman to at the next level. That's it today on Self Saboteur to Sage Power with Lily Love Trend Podcast. If you got value, share it with your fellow CEO, hyperachiever, and turn mental roadblock into stepping stone for success. And remember, stop sabotaging and level up together.